Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. In the studio with us, Coach Breeden from the First Tee, co-executive director. We also have Dr. Ryan McGaughey from McGaughey Health Group. 805-461-8822, healthyslowcounty.com. I want to remind you guys, we've got a $500 golf package we're going to be drawing on Saturday, July 8th. It's partnered up with Paso Robles Inn in Paso Robles, California. Beautiful facility, and also the Paso Robles Golf Club. And all you've got to do is go to golftalkradio.com, fill out the winner's trivia form, type in the word in the memo, PASO, P-A-S-O. That's P-A-S-O, and you're entered absolutely free, no purchase necessary. And thank you very much to Paso Robles Golf Club for partnering with us. And that is 805-238-4722 for tee times, PasoRoblesGolfClub.com, and the beautiful Paso Robles Inn. You can check them out at PasoRoblesInn.com, and phone number there, 800-676-1713. All right. I guess I should turn you on. Sorry.
You do that so well, and you're so focused. So I was looking through all this stuff we have here, Doc, and some of it's starting to scare me that since you're educating me. And of course, I'm looking for the hormesis effect, right?
You want to take everything just to hormesis, yeah.
Just right to hormesis, and that's where I belong.
That's right.
All right, so natural. Man, if some of the stuff says it's natural, it's got to be good. Natural equals good?
Nope.
Dang it.
Great question. Man, you always bring the great questions. No, just
because
because
it's natural.
Just because it's natural does not mean it's good. And that's another thing that a lot of people get hung up on. Go to the health food store, they go to the natural section in any grocery store, they buy it, they put it on, they think it's doing what it's supposed to do. You really have to research like these things anymore.
I guess earthquakes are natural.
Yes, they are.
And that's not always good.
Well, it could be.
Well, not always.
We don't know why it's happening.
But it's just so natural. So
again,
what are we looking for?
Yeah,
then?
So I would go back to the cosmetic database and whatever product you're looking at, you can take your phone into the store with you, type it into cosmeticdatabase.com, and see what the product comes back at. They rate it 1 to 2, 3 to 4.
Low number.
You want a green box next to the product you're looking at. That's absolutely
Mike,
correct.
did you happen to look up that one right there? That one looks like it's actually melted since it's been here. I mean, that stuff is alive in there.
There's so many Banana Boat products. What's really interesting is the best product or lowest rated product in the database on Banana Boat is Banana Boat Kids. It's a 2.
Oh, there you go.
So I got to start buying the Banana Boat Kids.
Yeah, so just because
you'll feel younger.
Hey, I'll go with that.
And it comes with the cutest little bottle.
Well, and I think that's the point, right? That's a major brand. It's not in the natural section, right? And it's rated in
and they've got a bunch of section. 3s. Banana Boat, They've got an Ultra Defense sunscreen, which is a stick, which is a 50. An SPF 50, and that's a 3. They've got a bunch of 3s. I just happen to have the one from Banana Boat that's the spray-on, which I like the spray-on because then I don't have to mess around with wiping all the stuff on me, and it seemed like it lasted longer.
I bet my spray's a 10 too. Then
well, there are natural sprays too. So again, you can there's a website called Emerson Ecologics. And you can Google around or search around on that website, and they give you some natural products that you can look at as well.
What number should you start? He just mentioned some are 3s. The kid one was a 2.
Yeah, there's a bunch of 2s, 3s,
what's
bunch
the number
of 4s.
You start worrying.
Well, again,
is a 5 acceptable?
I guess it depends on what the situation is.
Talk to me.
So maybe if you're out on the lake and you're on a boat and that's all you have, I'd put that on for that time, right? But
that's all you have. You're going to eat it too eventually at some point.
Jeez. I'm dying out here.
I'm so hungry, but your skin is looking good right now.
Right. So, but you want 1s and 2s. 1s and 2s. That the best. Then there you go. All right. That's the green box.
Now, typically, are the 1s and 2s more expensive than the 10s and 8s? I mean, do they know this? Does a company know this?
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
Then why make a 10? This is my question to you all. Why even put so much junk in one that it's a 10? Why not just make them all 1s and 2s?
Because it's cheap to make.
Aha!
Profits.
So it's...
there's
people
out there
8 more
that.
things would cost more.
You would think.
I'm just thinking. I mean, look at the stuff, the non-active ingredients in that one right there.
This one, I can't find it.
Turn it around and look at
that.
The non-active ingredients.
And you might not find all of them, but it gives you an idea, and you can figure out what
it looks like my loan paper.
Inactive ingredients. It's got water, silica, alcohol, Billy's shorts.
There they are.
And your socks.
and half
Billy's socks.
half of my garage.
Some hats. Well, your hats are inactive, though. You have a hard time with hats.
I have hat rack like that at my house. That's the only ones I wear.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen me in a hat?
No.
You would.
Yeah, I know.
Have I given you any hats?
Oh yeah, you've given me tons of hats.
Yeah.
It's not for the thought, man. Thank you, but I've gone into stores and put a hat, to sell hats, and put on a hat, and they're like, no. Go to the shoot.
They're like, you're not leaving with
so
that.
you cannot go outside looking like that. I just got one of them heads. You know what I mean? And there are some people who don't wear hats well. I'm one of those.
So do you put sunscreen on your head then?
No, I don't put any on, period, hardly. So that's just what I'm asking. Am I going to turn for the worst here in another week or two?
So
you
Butch
gotta-
asked a good question, right? He said, like, how long should you be out in the sun, or should you go out in
I'm
the
out
sun?
8 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, I think you should. Don't be afraid of the
least.
sun. Don't be afraid of the sun. And what we find
okay,
is
Bill.
usually between 20 and 30 minutes. Everyone's a little bit different. The marker for a light skinned, fair skinned is going to be like a light pink. If you're darker skin, you're going to be able to go a little bit longer. But the pinkness in the color in the skin is what you're looking for.
What about a plum red? Like
See-
Billy
Well,
would get plum
I'm more
red
of a
once in a
manly
while.
mauve kind of a color, more of a deep ruby.
You are a ruby.
I'm more of
He is like a ruby.
I'm like an Indonesian ruby color.
You're a Jim.
Yeah, I'm a gem. Wow, you got that written down too?
No, I don't.
That's
No.
pretty good, dude.
I told you. I
But
prepared
I did.
for you.
So here's a question, and,
Yes.
and I was at Pebble Beach this past week or so ago, and we're at Carmel, and it's foggy like it always is up there.
Right?
And I went out with the
Ooh,
kids. We were at
yeah.
Poppy while I was out there 5-6 hours, and it was overcast. It's beautiful.
The rays are coming through that.
I came back to the room, and I was ruby red, baby.
Yes,
I
you
was
are.
I was slippers. I was dying.
Well, there's different
I put my
wavelengths.
face in an aloe bowl and in the freezer for an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helped or not, but it felt good.
Yeah. The ultraviolet. There's UVA and UVB.
So which is what here?
Yeah, so all these block both of those. The UVA's a lot more
Don't you-
penetrating, and so those are the ones you're going to
Did
experience
you drive a UVA? Mike?
more when it's over
No, so
when it's
not anymore.
cloudy.
Which is direct sun? Is that the B?
Some of the research shows that the UVB is what helps create the vitamin D synthesis in the body.
Is that direct sun or is that the overcast sun?
That's going to be the direct sun.
Direct sun.
Yeah, where you're going to both,
No,
but
don't open that. It's brand new.
the overcast is going to block more of the UVB.
I just want to see the bottle.
But I got really burnt.
Yeah, I
And
bet
so
you
did
did.
a lot of the kids. We're all
Yeah.
shocked because it was actually kind of cool. It was like
Right.
60 degrees and beautiful.
Yeah, you got to be
Like, this
careful.
is nice, man. Go back to the room and
Yeah.
my face heated up the whole room.
Well, most of us are inside, so we don't have the
Billy's outside
skin reactions
all the
that we need
time,
to the
though, and
sun,
so am I.
so-
I'm
If I'm
outside a
I'm
lot.
not outside, I'm in my garage.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you. No, but Mike's outside. You're probably outside 6-8 hours a day.
So put a clean sunscreen on,
lot.
man. Wear a
Well,
hat.
I'm trying to learn
Got
here.
your sunglasses on.
I wear my glasses.
That's one thing
all.
I don't wear. I don't wear sunglasses.
Because your eyes get burnt too. They do. Your eyes get burnt. Am I right, Doc?
I'm not an eye doctor,
See, he's honest.
but
So-
I would
so
say,
you
I mean,
don't
you need
know
the
that your
sunlight.
eyes get burned or
You
not.
need the sun. You get sunlight through the eyes too. That's another
That's-
avenue for you to get light. So again, for myself, I won't wear sunglasses all the time. But if I know I'm going to be out for hours, sunglasses go on. Right.
I need
for
to
that
get
protection.
sunglasses.
At what point do people get paranoid of too much of this? Because I wrote is when is too hot? When is it too hot to play? When is it? I mean, you're talking about going out for a half hour. Golfers are out 5 or 6 hours typically. So
Well, I'm also saying if you go out for a
but you
little
want to
bit,
put your long pants on. You got your long shirt on, right? You got your big old hat going on.
Well,
there.
a lot of
You probably
golfers.
look good in a big old hat.
He actually does look good in like a straw hat. He
Yeah.
looks. When we taught at
Mine
Avila,
caught fire the last one I had on. It was like, you could smell it's like kindling. I'm like, what's burning? It was my hat.
that's because you
And I sweat so much.
generate a lot of heat.
I do.
So when we put that hat on there, it just like trapped everything in.
Spontaneous
Yeah,
combustion.
And we
it
were-
was like
down, baby.
spontaneous combustion.
That was at Avila, and we were teaching a
Hair-
short game class, and I went,
What's that?
"Billy, you smell that?
Hot dog. It was
It
probably
looks like ham." And I look over, and it's like the back of his hat was
That's what I'm telling
smoking.
you. So when you generate heat from the inside out, you can't. And then the hat's just ruined because of
Stuffs it in.
the sweat. Brutal. But in all seriousness, when do people get too worried, Doc? I mean, you want health, and you're trying to get the hormesis numbers up to between 40 and 70. And is there too much paranoia out there?
I think so.
Okay.
I really do. I think there's too much paranoia about the sun.
Because this sentence, for thousands of years, people have lived with that sun. And it just seems like more of the skin cancer stuff is coming since sunscreen was invented. That's what it seems. Maybe
right.
maybe
Well,
died at 30 years old back then anyway.
There's a lot of people that feel that way,
That's just one.
Yeah, I didn't write that.
I know you did. And actually, the answer on this page says actually skin cancer has always existed. It
Right.
just seems like, if you look at the data, maybe they didn't have data, but
Right.
sunscreen's relatively young compared to the sun,
Right.
right? And people in the sun.
Yeah.
So but they did die earlier. It seemed like, life expectancy was 35 or 40 years old.
Expectancy,
Thank you,
yeah.
Mike.
There could be, but there could,
There's a lot of reasons.
I was going to say there's a lot of factors going into that too, not just
Getting eaten
sun,
by a bear
but,
didn't help either.
diet and everything else. I mean, diseases,
No, diseases. Yeah.
all that stuff. I think
Which that stuff causes most of that stuff. I'm sure your wife wouldn't put any of those chemicals on her body now, Butch, and I'm being serious, right?
I don't know. I don't think she's ever thought about that. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
that's great. I mean, I'm going to go home and take all her stuff and talk because she'll totally get into this.
Yeah.
Because she really
That's
is
what-
thinking health
she-
now, right? She's had a health scare.
But
so-
but it's interesting. She's developed cancer this year, and thank God it's curable. And she's doing great. But she's never out in the sun.
Right.
And so what you're saying, the higher level of vitamin D, the less rate of cancer people get.
Right.
I mean that and she's healthy, she eats healthy, does all that, but she's just never out in the sun.
Right.
So that's something that we
And
Yeah.
you mentioned, Doc, too, to that point, people are not out in the sun a lot, like Linda's not, that you like to supplement and you like to protect your skin with clothing.
Right.
So do most people should take the vitamin D supplement, the office work people that are maybe on weekends and get their...
So the Council on Vitamin D recommends 5,000 international units of vitamin D a day.
international units.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you got to
it's
travel around the world
right,
to take
exactly.
this stuff.
Yes. They're IUs. Again, I would recommend
5,000, did you say?
Yeah, 5,000 IUs per day. I would highly recommend finding out what your vitamin D level number is, but that's what the council recommends. Most people, I would say 99% of the people that come in through the office, we check their vitamin D levels. They are not in the proper range of what the research shows that will protect them.
And if somebody has a low range, like you mentioned, this person with a 12,
Yeah.
what are the symptoms or side effects that they have besides a potential skin cancer or something? What is?
Well, it's not
do
just
Do
cancer,
they
it's
feel
like-
bad? Do they?
Yeah, a lot of people at low vitamin D levels will be depressed. I mean, not to say that I'm not saying vitamin D cures depression. That's not what I'm saying, but they could have depression.
my daughter lives in Seattle, and everybody I meet in Seattle's depressed.
There you go.
And seriously, I'm not kidding.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Right. Well, you got to think our bodies are made up of
the Microsoft people. They're
trillions of cells, right? And every cell has a receptor for vitamin D. We're designed to have vitamin D. So if we're not outside and we're blocking the sun's ability to help with that production, we're going to have issues, and that's what we're seeing.
And what about these people who put? Maybe let me start over. That don't want to be white, but they're traveling like we're going to go, to Disney World, and we're just skin legs, so they put this tanning stuff on.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. Yeah,
I mean, because they do.
right.
Right, and you see that stuff, so instead of having them, look at that person with them white legs, man.
Right.
So, but that stuff, and it says, well, it's it's got sunblock on
Right.
it. But is that stuff bad?
I'd go to cosmeticdatabase.com and find
Yeah,
out.
it can't be good.
I mean, it's not good. The thing is,
It can't be good.
Yeah, but
what
you look so bronze, Mike. You look like
Have you ever seen anybody who sprays themselves bronze that
No.
looks good?
They look
like
orange?
looks real?
No.
No. I've never understood
how
that.
do I look right now?
You look a little light pink.
Thanks. I have not sprayed it.
You look like how I like my sushi.
That's awesome. I am medium rare.
Billy Gibbs, the sushi man.
So I am the, what do you order, that tuna? What do you call that stuff?
Ahi.
So I'm ahi.
You're looking a little
I
ahi
look a little
today.
ahi.
Ahi.
Aye.
Ahi.
Aye, Billy.
So hello.
That'll be our new greeting.
Ahi. Ahi.
Ahi, Billy.
So I look like ahi, huh?
You look a little ahi
that
today.
an ahi thing?
Aye, yeah. You're not quite tataki, but
Tataki, that's what I'm
your tataki is just the way it's prepared. You're not cut like that.
I'm not cut like that, but I have.
You don't look
ahi
like a
color.
triangle.
So let's talk symptoms. You go out and get sunburned. You didn't use the right. You're crushing your face is burnt. Your hormesis is off the table, and aloe.
you're using the term wrong, but that's
Oh,
funny.
well, I just fired
Yeah, I was
trying to fire.
I was waiting for Doc to say
I'm
that.
thinking so. My hormesis level could be off. Right? I'm not in that
But
zone.
we're going to the second part of what
All right,
you're
let's go,
asking me.
yeah.
All right. So again, a lot of aloe products have things in it that aren't necessarily
So I
good for you.
should
So
go-
aloe is very good. One of the best products that I like, if you get sunburned, is the first aid cream, because it's really good for burns and it takes the sting out of it.
That you find in your typical first aid kit.
Bingo.
Wow.
Comes out in a little tiny tube.
Yeah. If you got a really bad burn, you put some first aid cream on there, and it just takes that burn out of there right away. And then you'd want to do other things like the aloe to help.
I was
with the skin.
I was burnt so bad once when we went up to the Pebble Beach first day open when Jack was playing, and the lady at the hotel said, "You look bad." So I'm like, "Thanks."
Oh,
So she
yeah.
had an aloe cactus plant out in front of her.
Yeah.
She wouldn't cut the plant off.
Yeah.
And skinned it and gave it to me. Said,
Right.
"Put on face."
Right.
I'm like, "Okay."
Wow.
I felt so much better. It was real aloe right off the
Right.
plant.
And
That was cool.
the other thing
I
that
survived.
we use
Got
is
a thorn
something
in my eye, but that was
colloidal silver, and they have gels now for first aid cream and colloidal silver. Colloidal, and that's what they use for burns. Man,
I thought this.
so and you can get colloidal silver in a gel and rub that onto and that will help with the burn as well.
So everything and you put on your body, you should go to this website. Are you being paid by this website? By any
I am not. I think it's a
what's the
great. I
name
think
of the
it's.
website, Butch?
I think it's a great research.
ConsumerDatabase.com.
It's
No,
an awesome
cosmetic.
site.
Cosmetic.
Oh,
Cosmetic.
I got it. I have it
database.com.
written down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that. I mean, 'cause again, if you're really trying
Type in
to
first aid
do
cream in
things
there.
natural, you got to make sure, because not all natural things are good. Just because it says natural or organic. I had someone bring in vitamin D the other. This is classic. Vitamin D. It was organic corn, organic starch, organic. I was like, these are the soy. These are the 4 main food sensitivities most people are sensitive to, right?
Oh my
But they were
gosh.
selling the product as organic. Vitamin D. You can get a really good vitamin D product at a really reasonable price.
Yeah.
But I'd ask your healthcare professional, personally, and
That's why you're here.
That's
man.
call me.
And that's simple in a blood test to get it.
Yeah, simple. You just
I must have my number. I'm
You
going
can
home
go
and
in
check
and
it
get
out.
if you go in and got your regular CBC or CMP, and or you're getting your cholesterol levels checked, you can ask your doctor, "Hey, I'd like to see what my vitamin D levels are," and they just add it on. It's right there. There's no
And
difference.
They don't do that normally, though.
They don't. There more and more healthcare professionals are doing it, but yes, they don't typically do it.
And can somebody actually, when take this break, feel if their D level's low? Can you actually sense it?
I have a lot of people that have low vitamin D levels, and you give them vitamin D, and they have more energy, they less
So-
depressed, and they feel better. Joints
Awesome.
don't hurt. Yes,
Wow.
there's a lot of
And
benefits.
This has been, I tease a lot, as that's just my style, but
great.
But it's very important stuff, and your knowledge is awesome, and Butch over here taking
you.
serious notes. So this is very cool. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I think we're taking a break.
We're
and
taking a
we'll come
break, and I think Dave Shamano will be calling Club
back. And then
with
we
Dave
got. I
here
want to hear
very
you
quick.
guys tell your jokes.
Oh, we might not have enough time. We only got about 10 minutes.
Man.
Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm